When I was 9, at my end of season soccer party, my coach told my entire team that I was like a turtle who, throughout the year, slowly came out of his shell. First off, rude. Secondly, when he told me that, I couldn't help but think of a story we all know as the tortoise and the hare. Stay with me for a second here. Now, I never liked that story because the tortoise doesn't really have to do anything to win. It's the hare, arrogant little prick, who is kind enough to pull a sleeping beauty mid-race and fall into a deep slumber. Now, I know the story is about slow and steady wins the race and blah, 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 whatever. I have qualms with this story because it's unrealistic. It implies that every race is winnable, regardless of circumstance. But that's not true, because life isn't kind enough to rest. No, I'm pretty sure life is the kind of rabbit to sock you in the gut, steal your lunch money, call you a nerd, and then run off at full speed. And the truth is, at full speed, that tortoise isn't going to catch up. And that's okay. Our culture romanticizes and condemns the ideas of victory and loss, respectively. And I'd like to propose the idea that not every battle is winnable, nor are they really battles at all. Slow and steady probably won't win you the race, but no one said life was a race to begin with. I think the best lesson we can learn from the tortoise and the hare is not about victory, but about the idea that if you focus on your goal and persevere, step by step, you can reach the finish line. I quit soccer, by the way. And once I entered high school, I persevered, bit by bit, step by step, with many coffees and caffeine pills throughout the night. I slowly crawled my way to the doorstep of Stanford. Now, a lot of people have congratulated me and asked about the difficulty it took for me to get here. And when I think about that, I think about what difficulty is. My parents are Chinese immigrants. My dad dropped out of school when he was 15 to work during the day and learn English at night. When my mom first had me, she worked 18 hours a day and nursed me the other 6. Compared to them, I've done nothing. I think about people who live through war, people who don't have access to clean water or food. I think about people who face discrimination and prejudice every day of their lives. My lack of experience in those fields is indicative of my privilege. And yet, I can't say it was easy getting here. I can't say that simply making it these 4 years didn't take endurance and willpower. And that's the thing. The existence of larger struggles does not negate the validity of smaller, more common problems. It's not easy to combat depression or deal with the loss of a loved one. It's not easy to graduate during a pandemic. It's not easy to write Mr. Tiddley's essays or turn Miss Merrill's assignments in on time. Now, to me, it's obvious that life is just a unique and complex mess, filled with varied twists and turns. I mean, you're about to graduate in an hour, and you're listening to a teenager with no credentials rant about the tortoise and the hare. And even if your life isn't as twisty or turny as someone else's, it doesn't mean that your struggles aren't real. So the next time you feel defeated, the next time you feel that fate is out of your control, I invite you to look toward the next checkpoint, to live to the next week, to the next day, to the next hour, to the next minute, to the next second. Step by step, you can get through it and find a new sense of hope. Tonight, we are gathered here to celebrate the end of a journey and a start of another. Now, we are all about to embark on a long road, and I'm pretty sure that before the end of that road, life is going to steal your lunch money many times. So don't rush. Don't panic. People seem to expect that at the end of high school, you know what you want to do with your life. But the truth is, we have our entire life to decide who we want to be. And if you struggle with mental illness, if you have a healthy sleep schedule, if you can score a single goal in soccer, my goodness, I really sucked, then you are already the kind of person I want to be. And I don't know if I deserve to stand before you tonight and speak, but I know that I will spend the rest of my life trying to become someone who does. Thank you to my parents for funneling years of effort and love into nurturing the biggest brat in the world. Thank you to my sister and cousins for always being there for me. Involuntarily, of course, we are related. And thank you to my parents, thank you to my friends, my teachers, my 40 or so band children, and everyone else who helped me throughout high school for shaping me into who I am today. And thank you, McKinley and Jackie, because they also asked to be in my speech. And lastly, thank you to the class of 2021 for graduating here with me tonight. Before we all embark on our separate journeys, let's all cross the finish line tonight together. And as we move toward the next part of our lives to become the heroes that we want to be, let's do it step by step. Thank you.
Thank you, Winston. I think we could quit there and just start with diplomas next. I don't think we can be any more inspiring. Well, good luck, Lisa, because you're our commencement speaker and you have to follow that, okay? So, Lisa.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And by the way, I think he turned in that speech at like 6:38 this morning. Beautiful speeches, guys. I just can't be express enough how humbled I am by your talent, and to be your commencement speaker tonight is truly an honor. So here goes. Good evening, Lewis Center Board of Directors, AAE faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, AAE's class of 2021. It is my honor and privilege to address you on this momentous night. Tonight, as you know, we celebrate AAE's 24th graduating class and culminate a year like no other with a ceremony that is the first of its kind for AAE. Normally, we are nestled together at HDC, but tonight instead, we are privileged to be under the amazing desert sky, joined by our family and friends in a ceremony that I hope is even more special because we know how lucky we are not to be virtual. As I thought about what I might be able to share with you this year, many themes rose to the top. After a year of so many challenges, great loss, deep national tensions, I thought it might be best to spend my last few minutes with you discussing the power of persistence or resiliency or grit. This graduating class has certainly demonstrated all three of these in abundance. I have seen you adjust to the constantly changing circumstances with flexibility and grace. Where that is not always the story we hear about youth during COVID, I have been repeatedly surprised by your ability to change course. When school days were shortened to 8 to 12 and you weren't able to participate in your normal after-school activities, many of you took jobs, cared for your siblings, or took college classes to make the most of that new opportunity. Sure, maybe it took some months waiting for the restrictions to lift and spent hours a day watching TikTok or just sleeping, but you didn't land there. You shifted and found ways to be purposeful and productive. Some of you have suffered the loss of loved ones, or your family has faced increased economic uncertainty over the last year, and you have demonstrated persistence, resiliency, and grit, managing to grapple with those difficult circumstances and still meeting all of the requirements necessary to walk across this stage tonight. However, out of all of the significant lessons that COVID has taught us, I don't think these are the most important. I think that the most significant lesson we should learn from this pandemic is the power of fostering and maintaining deep personal relationships. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Throughout this year, I think we have all experienced, or know someone who has experienced, the pain of not being able to visit with someone we love. Whether that be the ability to just visit like normal or hold their hand in the hospital, being kept apart from our loved ones is a visceral pain. There's a reason for that. We're meant to be together, to engage in deep conversation, to confide our fears and worries to each other, to give and seek advice, to hug and to laugh. When we have just a handful of people in our lives with whom we can be completely at home in ourselves, everything is right in our world. We're at peace. No amount of money, fame, or success can fill that need for us. So now you're going to walk across this stage tonight and enter an entirely different chapter of your life. And the one thing that I think will demonstrate your post-secondary success more than any other is your ability to make and maintain those deep personal connections. I'm pretty confident that your core team is here with us tonight. Your parents, family, and friends who are so excited to celebrate with you tonight. And I bet that most of you have one of those trusted relationships here among our staff, whether that be a teacher, counselor, administrator, or other staff member who has been by your side at school. But as you go on to the next chapter, you have this tremendous opportunity to add to your team. As you go to college, the military, or workforce, I encourage you to intentionally find a mentor, someone who embodies the professional or academic success that you desire and also the character that you hope to embody. I have been blessed by mentors throughout my life. One of my greatest mentors is here with us tonight. Dr. Caldwell now serves on our board, and I can tell you that I've learned more about leadership from her than almost anyone else, and I didn't meet her until I was 40. Of course, your team would not be complete without a solid network of friends. Add to the diversity of your friend group as you move to this next chapter. Cherish these childhood friendships because these bonds can last a lifetime, and the value of a 50-year-old friendship is immeasurable. But also intentionally surround yourself with new friends who lift you up, make you want to be a better person, and know when to kick you in the rear, because we all need that from time to time. We all need these people in our lives to be successful and happy. No victory is truly sweet if we don't have people around us who really know us and love us, there to celebrate our wins. No tragedy feels bearable if we don't have our loved ones to hold us and dry our tears. I'm thankful that COVID has reminded us that we need to slow down and to cherish our loved ones, and that the time we have together means more than almost anything else. I know that this has made tonight's ceremony even more special. And I hope that the resiliency and persistence that you have developed will help you get through the tough times when you're loved ones, when you don't agree on politics or you do things to hurt each other. These things are unavoidable in this life, but they aren't worth the death of a truly meaningful relationship. It's one thing if it's a mere acquaintance, but pursue your relationships with your parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and close friends with grit and determination. Those bonds run deep, and they make your life meaningful, and they truly define success. One of the greatest treasures we have as a K-12 school is the joy of watching you grow into the young men and women you are today. I remember so many of you when you were just little guys, and now you're off to serve our country, pursue trades, or attend college. What a gift it has been for all of us to join you on this journey. Please remember to stay in touch with us. We love to celebrate your successes. And like family, we want to be here for you when you just need a hug or some good advice. We love you. And we hope that the relationships you have built at AAE will last a lifetime and be the hallmark of your post-secondary success. We're going to miss you. And we want you to remember that wherever life takes you, you will always be a knight. Congratulations to you, the class of 2021.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Lamb. Next, we'll have a musical number performed by Winston Chang. He will be performing on the piano Chopin's Etude, Opus 10, number 4. Winston. Let's revise that estimate of how much he sleeps to 15 minutes a night. I don't know how he gets it all done, developing his talents and also. Well, senior year always seems to go the quickest. Maybe this year it was the longest school year ever. Senior class president Emily Dean has a few words of reflection and advice to share. Emily?
All right. So I really don't know how to write a graduation speech. And like my past 4 years of high school, I've decided to put this off until the very last moment. I got this done right at midnight. And I had a lot of people suggest to me that I rip the graduation speech from Twilight or High School Musical. And as much as I would love to do that, I don't think it really does justice to the year that we've been through. Ever since I was a freshman, I was constantly told not to take my time in high school for granted. I'm sure that's what most of us were told. And yet we're here today and it feels like last year's spring break never really ended. How are we supposed to cherish that time if we never even really got it in the first place? And I could stand here and tell you that whatever you work for will happen, and that it'll go according to plan, but after the past year or so, we all know that's not necessarily true. Because we all have our plans laid out right now. Whether you're going to college for political science like I am, maybe it's law, chemistry, the medical field, maybe the military, any of the arts, liberal arts, performing arts, if you're still undecided or if you've decided that college isn't right for you. And ever since we were little, we were told to go to college, to major in a good field and get a good paying job, to have a family and then eventually retire. That's just the circle, that's the blueprint for life. That we're all just supposed to go through those motions. And once when I was in the 7th grade, I heard the quote by Ben Franklin that most people die at 25 but aren't buried until they're 75. They get stuck in the same circle to the point where they're not even really living anymore, just going through the motions. Why is that the status quo when there are so many other paths that we could take? How are we supposed to live our lives just going through the motions? And are you even really living at that point? So I want to take this time to ask you all to reevaluate. Make sure that what you're deciding to do, deciding to dedicate your life to, is what you want. Something that you love to do. And if you don't know yet, that's okay too, because we have time, we will figure it out. Because this time that we have, we will never get back. And it's time that we shouldn't take for granted. We have absolutely no clue what life will be throwing next our way. Maybe it's another pandemic, maybe not. But it would be a downright shame if we wasted our time and dedicated our life to that same blueprint that has trapped so many people before. Congratulations to the class of 2021 and happy Pride Month.
Thank you, Emily. Now it's my turn. My dear class of 2021, after school closed on March 13th, 2020, you missed the last quarter of your junior year. Then you missed 3/4 of your senior year, returning in person for only this last quarter. The end of your senior year had no prom or Disneyland grad night. However, it did include a very abbreviated sports season, an almost grad night at Scandia, woohoo! The traditional last week of senior activities, those are fun, and to finish it up, an in-person graduation ceremony tonight. A class of 2020 graduate of Health Sciences High, a charter school in San Diego, wrote a poem last year entitled Rebound. I want to read it to you tonight because his experience offers some insight into what high school seniors everywhere have gone through. Rebound. Something unexpected, something we've never encountered, something new to the world. It was quick and fast, with no warning. Everything has now changed. Your life has now changed. It won't ever be the same. We are now lost. What to do next with no clues? What's the next move? To stay home is what we're told. The world is at a standstill while time continues. Our education must continue. The world in such panic, but we must continue. Scared to step outside, but we must continue. We are the next generation, so we must continue. Time for something new, something we're not used to, something so complicated, yet so simple. We had to adapt with no other choice. We met a new way to find knowledge, a new way to learn, the only way left to learn. It was not easy. There were many setbacks, many failures, many distractions, nothing to keep us motivated but ourselves. A rough beginning coming to a peaceful end, though it's not over. Be proud. Though you may not see, though you may not understand, this moment is a moment to be proud of. Overcoming the challenge, pushing through the rain, the light just over the horizon. We're almost there. We had every chance to give up. Nobody around to tell us this and that. Nobody around to direct us. Nobody around to watch. There is no coming back from this moment. You have now adapted to a new way of learning. You have now adapted to a new way of life. You miss the old way, but this moment has forever helped your future. See it or not, you have been a part of virtual learning. It came unexpectedly, but we picked up right where we left off. We adapt, we continue, we push through, and we make it out. We are the next generation. We have not failed, we have thrived. We took this lesson and created a blessing. The setup for failure has become our greatest success. Entertainers, entrepreneurs, hustlers is what we have become in a short period of time. With this dark moment, a small light was all we needed to find our path. They took a shot and missed. We took the rebound and scored. Class of 2021, be a good rebounder. Your rebound from the crisis of 2020 will help you win in the game of life. All good rebounders have an attitude or a mindset that every rebound is theirs, and they are very aggressive on the boards. So keep your eye on the flight of the ball and go get it. On one point, I cannot entirely agree with Giovanni, who wrote that poem. He wrote, "Nobody around to tell us this or that, nobody around to direct us, nobody around to watch." I know your parents watched and probably told you, even on Zoom, and probably told you a whole lot of this and that, right? Or that. I know that our teachers and staff have watched over you closely this past year and rooted for your success. Always be thankful for those who want you to succeed. Be willing to take the help, the criticism, the advice, the guidance, the support, and the knowledge they share. Right now, seniors, please take time to thank those people that helped you get here. So class of 2021, stand up, turn towards the stands, cheer and clap with all your night might for the people out there who have loved and supported you. Thank you. You can be seated. We're close. Hold on. You can sit down. I know you want to love on them for a long time. Okay. When you get out in the parking lot, you can sit down now and we'll finish up. Don't forget the lessons you have learned this past year. When life gets hard, don't give up. Push through. Take the rebound and score. Always remember the wisdom you have heard tonight from Gian about being an artist and having all the tools to paint, your life's dream. From Winston about being, what were you, a tortoise? A turtle? And just getting there step by step, and looking for that next checkpoint. I'm sure you agree. And from Mrs. Lamb, the people in our lives are truly what matters most. I'm sure you agree what makes this graduation night special is not the location, not the program, not the speakers, it's the people that are here. From Emily, her thought about dedicating your life to something you want and love to do. So congratulations, class of 2021. You are a class of champions. Finally, the time we have all been waiting for. Board of Directors, I affirm that these students have met the high school graduation requirements set forth by the Academy for Academic Excellence and the state of California. This AAE class of 2021 is ready to accept their diplomas.
Let's do this. Okay, hold on. Are we ready? Shaganji. Sing. Shaganjit Singh Sandhu. Sarah Min Lay. How do you say the last name? Pio. Richard K. Pio. Jian Kim. Hold on, slow down. Winston Chang. Kristen Haley Jackson. You want the middle name? Niall Rahimian. Rachel Min Lay. Ureli Herrera. Todd Matthew McDonald. Jennifer Mary Mortensen. Aniket Verma. Francesca Marian Calorserenas. Dylan Michael Washlow. Lillian Anderson. David Ricardo Alva. Paola Isabella Balderas. Evan Atala. Jacqueline Garcia. Elijah Byron Walters Hunter. You ready, Kathy? Kathy Chung. Andrew Alexander Wallace. Holguin, right? Holguin? Angelina Jasmine Holguin. All right, you ready? Joshua Stephen Wilkins. Paisley Caden Paulson. Nelson Villafort Rojas Jr. So sorry. Abigail Imogene Baptist. You ready? Logan Daniel Killam. Kate Elizabeth Milson. Noah Gabriel De Rogama. Cameron Galavis. McKinley Sierra Johnson. Aiden Thomas Chambers. Audrey Nicole Elston. Brendan Walter Kenny. Lexi Nicole Stone. How do you say the middle name? Sion? Lucas Sayo Batista. Katerina Isabella Dominguez. Ezra Jean Brown Tayag. Lillian Grace Sanchez. You ready? James Hap Anderson. Lainey Brooke Teese. Avanti Sage Martinez. Michael Joseph Sabonia Jr. All right. Alexis Renee Holland. Leon. Tanner Leon Lors. Hold on. All right, you ready? Chloe Marie Martin. Mark Anthony Hewis. Isabel Anissa Burns. Justice Daryl Cash. Maya Irene Philippou. Andrew Tahan. Kelly Trinity Herrick. Arion? Okay. Giovanni Nicholas Palacios Arion. Okay. Emma Marie Livingston. Naraski. Wyatt David Naraski. Chloe Victoria Heller. Drayton Tyler Wheat. You ready, darling? Megan Elise Gilmore. Bradley David Stacy. Kaylin Mariah Bowen. All right, you ready? Alex Mariquin. You guys ready? Audrey K. Mayoros. Ariel. David Ariel Sandoval. Molly Joseph. Russo, right? Jeremiah Russo Heyman III. Mackenzie Sierra Archuleta. Lucinda Virginia Garcia. Yasmin Serena Calderon. Joshua Marcos Bravo. All right. Okay. You ready for this? Soak it in. Emily Lynn Dean. right, you ready? Albert Antonio Serrano. Brianna Marie Pinedo. Austin Xander Conant. Bianca Cedillo. Jaden Michael Sipe. Angel Cedillo. Sydney Roy Wilkins. Jennifer Marie Weiss. Diego Alejandro Toranzo. Morgan Lee Rains. Jacob Pablo Bravo. Faith Zinn. All right. Luis Enrique Vera. Leanne, right? Amanda Leanne Thompson. Jordan Gabriel Bravo. Manji, right? Raquel Patricia Manji. Angelina Irene Sanchez. Cyan Bree Mendibles.
As we prepare to draw the evening to a close, our AAE Knights Band will perform the AAE Alma Mater. Class of 2021, please rise and turn to face the stands. This is a proud moment for each of you. It gives me extreme pleasure to give you this one last directive. Turn those tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Academy for Academic Excellence Class of 2021. Congratulations to all of our graduates and families. Graduates, please be seated for just a moment while I provide guidelines we must follow for exiting the stadium this evening. Guests, we ask that you please remain seated while the graduates exit the field. They will meet you in the home side parking lot. I will dismiss, there went my voice, good thing at the end. I will dismiss those seated in the stands by their section, beginning with section B and proceeding through to section H. Please wait for your section to be called, then move to the top to exit. This will prevent any unnecessary crowding. We appreciate your patience and understanding and cooperation. Lastly, everyone must leave the parking lot before gates are closed at 9 p.m. Your seniors can tell you what happens if you leave after that. Thank you for your attendance this evening. Everyone can please stand. Staff, you can actually leave now or wait. Okay. Section B, you may move to the top and exit. Section C, you may exit. Section D, you may exit.